All right, Betting Weekly Tennis Live, Roland Garros Week 2 edition. This is going to be a good one. We've got a live match in progress that no one saw coming. Upsets already this morning. Quarterfinals are set on the women. We're still figuring out the final spots for the men. Joining me as always on this Monday on Betting Weekly Tennis Live, part of the Bet Rivers Network. And because we win our social channels, it's Dustin Fox joining me from the great state of Ohio.
What's happening there? First off, can you blink twice if you're safe? Because it looks like we got to explain why we're not in the typical setup today.
We got some loud noise. We got some maintenance going on very close to the studio, and in the interest of sound quality, I just and at the expense of background, I decided to take this show on the road about 50 feet. So that's why we're here. But I got the Vori polo on. I thought that was a nice fitting, synergy for us.
Oh, you wearing a little Viore? I got the Viore hat on today.
Yeah, I know, dude, it's been good. But we got a lot to get to in the comments. God. We encourage everyone to join the comments here on the Bet Rivers Network, Betting Weekly Tennis Live. You're already asking about it. The match in progress right now is Bublik and Draper in a match that very few saw going the way it is so far. Bublik is up 2 sets and a break in set 4, 3-1. It looks like Draper is going to hold. And one of the beauties of being on locations, I got the big screen on, so we're going to be real time of what's happening in this match. But Dustin, on Bet Rivers right now, if you look at the odds, 40-15, Draper is plus 280 still. Just a breakdown. Bublik
to win the match, plus 280?
That's what Draper is. Bublik is minus 455 or so. Man, I don't know where to start. And you mentioned it before. Bublik gained confidence, the 5-set win over Demonauer, but he's mixing in crazy, as we're seeing Steve from Lynn. I was just about to say that too. Great minds think alike. The drop shots he's mixing in are hilarious. So
it's frustrating to play against a player like that. And when you're loose and you're playing at a high level really well, your confidence grows. And what you're seeing is a relaxed Bublik playing with absolute house money. And Draper is frustrated right now. I mean, he's down a break in the 4th set, down 2 sets. He's the better player. He should win this match all day. But right now, Bublik is playing like he is a top 10 player.
So a couple things I wanted to say on this, and you're exactly right on Bublik, right? It's freeing. He's found some clay success. His laissez-faire personality is going to, make him relax in these moments. And maybe he is playing with house money after that Demonauer win. But for Draper, it's funny, right? Because we're putting him in the conversation. He's been a top 5 player this year. He looks very, very good. But we're holding him to new expectations. And I think this is a different type of test, right? You're playing a really good server, someone that could shorten points against you. And look, let's call it for what it is, Dustin. He's having an off day. Now, the difference is we've seen Djokovic, we've seen even Nadal and Federer in the past, and Alcaraz and Sinner recently. You're going to have off days. You're going to get pushed. You're going to have to dig deep. Can Draper do enough to solve this type of test? And it's going to have to come by getting a break back in one of these next 3 service games. But yeah, it hasn't been a good day at the office. Draper's not able to get into rhythm. And look, when Bublik's serving like this, it's very, very hard to make it past him. So I don't know. Maybe positivity in Bublik, as our comments are saying, how positive he is putting him in this point. But Draper's up against it now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no doubt. 3-2. I mean, if Bublik can just not fall, like the hard part about him is he does stupid shit, right? I can say that. We're not on TV.
So.
I'm kidding. But no, in all seriousness, he does stupid stuff. Like he'll get down like love 30 and then mix in an underarm serve. It's like,
let's look at some of these match stats as we go right now. 3-2 now going into it. Jack Draper, 39% on his second serve. That ain't going to cut it. How about break point conversion rate? Draper's 2 for 3. So he has broken him twice. Bublik's 5 for 6 on break points. Like we're talking, over 80% on break point chances? Like that's big money playing right there. And for Draper, I don't know. I mean, we talk about all that he can do well, and I'm buying the Draper hype train. He's got Wimbledon coming up. That's just going to be a circus with his potential there. But the serve maybe isn't as consistent. We know it. We know he can crank it and it's buzzing, but yeah, maybe it's the service problems that he's had. I think part of it too, Dustin. He beat Fonseca, and Fonseca had the hype train behind him. So when Draper handled him for the second time, maybe that kind of put more eggs in that basket. Which I actually do think Draper did a good job downplaying it. Like, look, Fonseca's 18, I'm 22, like 23. Like it's 5 years of pro development. So I don't know, man. This is a wild scene. I wasn't expecting.
I think it's fascinating that like Bublik, if you rewind to the start of the year at Indian Wells, I mean, he couldn't win a match to start the season. And then he decides to go, he goes to Las Vegas. This story he talked about in one of the press conferences recently. He goes to Las Vegas for a 3-day bender, like with his coach, and just wanted to clear his mind. He got a new racket, and then went to the Phoenix Challenger to just see what happens, right? Just to see if he could just get some dubs. And then you started rolling through some good wins there. And then all of a sudden plays another challenger, and then here he is now about to be in the freaking quarterfinals.
Could be. Well, Draper's got love 15. We're going to monitor that in a second. We've got a lot of thoughts on the match coming up in over an hour. It's going to be Rublev center for the final quarterfinal spot. But that said, we can recap what happened today. First, the straightforward stuff, the results that we maybe expected. Dustin, Novak Djokovic, no surprise there. Just handling business like the boss that he is. How about 2 stats for you? Into his Roland Garros quarterfinal without dropping a set. 6th time he's done that. Oldest man since 1971 to make a Roland Garros quarterfinal. No resistance at all.
Was it 16 in a row quarters at Roland Garros?
I think that's right. Yeah, I think so. It's crazy. 20 straight years of round 3. So the man is a machine. He's going to get Alexander Zverev, who didn't have to play more than a set and a half with weeks before retiring. Both guys, right, had questions. This is the chalk matchup in this quarter, but there were questions, concerns. Zverev looking at confidence. And here they are, ready for another showdown at Roland Garros. So it's going to go 0 to 100 for these guys a lot, because the competition, all due respect, is stepping up mightily for both.
The drop shots are working for Bublik. He was down low. You saw that last one? Yeah. Sorry, I had to interrupt you because that was sexy.
It was. It's funny. Maybe Jack's a young pro too, right? He's not used to maybe a wild card. I'm looking at 30 all right now. Crazy no tie breaks either. I would have lost money on that. I thought this would be a tie break. We might still have one, but yeah, maybe he is in the mood, Duncan. I think that's part of it. Like there's a little bit of, and props to the players that won like yesterday, like Francis Tiafoe. We got to talk about the 2 Americans in the quarterfinal, him and Tommy Paul, but that was the knock on Tiafoe for a while, right? Like he gets up for big matches. Can he handle business? Well, the opportunity was in front of him. He's been as mature and methodical as anyone, right? Handling business and, getting into a quarterfinal matchup with a guy in Musetti who he's beaten a few times. So what a dream opportunity. Well earned by Big Foe.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, I like the way he's playing. I like his confidence. I like his swag with his kit. You and I've talked about that. The Lululemon's coming through with that blue, which is popping on the dirt. I like the way he's playing. I like the way Tommy Paul's playing. I mean, I'm excited about American tennis right now. I really am.
4-2. Bublik holds. Couple games away, minus
down
7.
Love 30, man. Love 30, and he gets a hold. That's a big hold for him.
Draper's at plus 430 on the line. There's also the break at the end, right? So let's talk about this from the live setting. We can get there if Draper does hold here. The instant betting, if you bet to break, or if you bet Draper next game, is that a play that, because we've seen, I was talking to Nigel last Tuesday, and that's a play to be fair, it was the Ostapenko-Dolhide match, so maybe the odds of a break weren't as high as they would be now, but yeah, maybe you call your shot a break game right there.
I honestly I would like it. You could probably get some crazy juicy odds. Like, let's say that Bublik is serving for this at 5-4, right? Or it would be 5.
It'd be 5-4, yeah.
5-4, yeah. If he's serving for it 5-4 to serve out the match, and he gets up 15 or 30 love, you're going to be able to get like plus 700 on Draper to win that game, and there will be nerves. Like, there's no doubt that Bublik, even if he's 40 love, that thing could be a deuce real quick, because that is how much pressure that goes into this. This is the biggest match of his career, right? I mean, this is the furthest he's been in a slam, I believe, right?
I think so. We'll have to check. I know. Yeah,
I don't think he's ever been to a quarter of a slam.
We've also 15 all. Geez, so there's no guarantee that he's even going to hold. Yeah, this would be the biggest. He made the 4th round at Wimbledon.
Much
23.
Easier to break with being up a double break to win. You know what I mean?
His serve. Oh yeah. Props to Tommy Paul, right? Battling through those injuries to get through, and then looking very, very efficient against Popram. His reward is Alcaraz, who, I mean, Shelton played a lot better in that match, Dustin, than I thought he would. You get your chances in the tiebreak, but I mean, it's the difference at this level is a couple points. It's the top players just executing when they need to.
I do think that Shelton and McEnroe talked a lot about this, like during the match, and I think Courier did as well. Like, Shelton had a game plan and he executed it. He just didn't execute it at the high enough clip to beat a guy like Alcaraz on his surface. But I thought that Shelton played really well, and for a guy in Ben Shelton who has sort of struggled as a young player on clay, he's adapted. He is took it to heart and is like, all right, I'm going to be good on clay. Now I think it can be a strength for him.
It could be. It could be. The one thing I don't like, I mean, it's fair to wonder the what if game a little bit, like how the match could have changed if Shelton would have won that tiebreak. But also the belief that it just puts it on an entirely different timeline, right? Like you see it in series in like the NBA or the NHL where it's like, I don't know that Alcaraz loses the third then if he's 1-all, So it is fair to wonder how things would have changed. But at the end of the day, like Alcaraz just tactically is improving and knowing what buttons to push. But yeah, we're gonna see. So we're right now on this Bublik match. It's
by the way, this is the furthest he's been. He did make fourth round at Wimbledon, fourth round this year at French Open, but before, like prior to that, U.S. Open 2019, third round. Furthest he's been a slam.
That Phoenix Challenger, I was thinking too, why did that ring a bell as it's now 4-3? It's because he got into it. It got a little spicy with your boy Mute.
Yes.
They got a little spicy. Maybe that's what he needs. Although this match, there hasn't been any real drama. It's just been exceptional tennis. But yeah, Bublik's not going to shy away. Like, we know that. He's one of those guys that likes the conflict and embraces it.
Draper's a relatively calm dude. I mean, he's a pretty chill player. Like, I haven't heard a bad thing about the guy on court. So, like, he's not a one to, stir it up. I mean, there was the one thing with FAA. That was at Cincinnati, I believe. Remember with
it was the double bounce, and there's a question there about how he could have played.
But overall, I mean, you saw the great sportsmanship, if I can spit it out. Thank you. Of Alcaraz against Shelton. I mean, he wins that point. It looked like he had the racket, but he said I didn't, and he gives him the point. I mean, who does that, by the way? Who does that?
Yeah, if you've been playing exhibitions with some guys, with a guy making a lot of big 6 or 7 figure paydays, maybe there's a common bond there. They spent that time last year at the end of the year, so they're a little friendly. But no, I think that was cool.
That was cool.
On Bet Rivers now, you can get Draper at plus 240 to win the next game. 4-3 down, Bublik serving. So those are the instant bets. And then if you really want to go to it, will there be, I think, the other one is, will there be a break point is plus 135. For the conservative bettors out there like myself, maybe, that just to get to break point, it doesn't have to win the game. You're still getting plus money. Get on it now in the next 30 seconds, I think, before they start playing.
Yeah. You got time. Well, this is a live show. Yeah.
It is a live show. We'll get, as we said, to Rublev and the matchup coming up against Sinner. Thoughts on tomorrow's matchups, but just want to spend some time on the women. So what you had today was Andrey win, straightforward. Coco Gauff win, straightforward. Just to mention on them, Dustin, they were favorites. They're expected to be here. Could be very likely looking like it could be another showdown between them in the semifinals. That would be exciting to see. So props to them. But you know what the big story is today?
Pegula choking
to Boisson. Yeah, I'm torn on this one, right? Because I think Boisson, or I think that's how you say. I'm not really
Boisson or Boisson. Yeah, either way. I mean, she's a qualifier.
Outside the top 360, I think 361 or so. Wild card.
Yeah, and I had the stat. I posted it on my Instagram if I could find it. It was like the first time. Here you go. World number 361 becomes the lowest ranked player to reach Roland Garros quarterfinal in 40 years.
So really cool story for her, because she, tore ACL last year before RG, couldn't play, career in jeopardy. Always wonder about that. Makes this run, crowd behind her, adoring public. Even better for her is the fact that now people are going to remember this, not the fact that Harriet Dart said, "This girl smells bad. I can't deal with that." That was her. So it's great. We got a new thing to remember her by.
Boisson was the one that said that?
No, it was Harriet Dart said that about her.
About Boisson?
Yeah, and Dart hasn't won a match since, and Boisson's in the Roland Garros quarterfinal. This was a brutal one for Pegula, though. I'd love to know what the live odds were. I wasn't looking at it when Pegula was up a set and really had chances even to win in straight sets.
Oh, it was over 1,000 plus.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was this. I know screenshot Twitter is out today, and I know it's different. Like, in the NFL, like when they show the guy wide open, it's not the whole thing. Same with tennis, right? Like it's an instant in time. But there was a couple screenshots where it looked like Pegula had at least a clear advantage on points that could have maybe gotten to a break and then serve it out in the second. Couldn't do it. Love 30 on Boisson serve at 4-all in the third. Doesn't do it. And then, it's tough, man. But that's a tough one for Pegula. The chance was there.
If you look at the stat sheet, it's very surprising she lost the match. You've got Boisson only won 35% of her second serves.
Mm.
Pegula won more overall points. Like, I mean, it felt like, and they talked about this after the first set, which ended, first set was it 6-3?
Just a 6-3, yeah.
6-3. So she wins that and then cruises in, wins the first game of the second set. And that's 5 games in a row that she had won. She was down 3-2 in the first. He comes back, wins 6-3, and then she's up. And it's like, they posted the stats. They start talking about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And I agreed with them because they said this felt like it should have been a 6-1, 6-0 first set. And that's what I felt. And I'm like, this is just going to be a straight sets, easy money winner for Pegula. And then she just, the young girl from France got the crowd behind her. She started hitting some good shots. She frustrated, obviously, Pegula. And I don't know. I don't know what happens to her, man. But this is a match she should have won.
Yeah, very should have won. Tough one there. Yeah, 7 double faults for Boisson. She still wins. That's fighting, and that's the French crowd. Just keep playing. Yep. She gets Andrey next.
Good luck.
Good luck. By the way, Bublik just holding very, very easily. Very, very easily. So he's 1 game away. We're looking at it, and it might not happen. It might not happen.
He'd love to win it not on serve.
Yeah, I know, right? Like that's
it's all the pros say that it's easier, and it's 15-15, 5-all.
Well, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, so much for the instant betting. Yeah, maybe you take maybe the other flip is you take Bublik to finish it here,
which is probably like plus 200, plus some, plus 250.
Draper doesn't look like he doesn't look like the moment's getting to him. But again, like it's all been an ascent, right? Like we've just think about it from Draper's perspective, right, Dustin? Everything's been good the last how long, and now
since January.
Even before, like he's just been progressively. He made the US Open semis. Like we're talking. Oh, that would have been
basically since grass court season last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's when Draper. I remember Draper
Queen's
really
Club.
Coming
Yeah. All right. So I think now would be a good time to look at our last match of the day. Dustin Fox here, Mitch Michals, myself. We're on Betting Weekly Tennis Live. We've got a lot of bets to get to on the Bet Rivers app, and there's so much to discuss. We got picks for tomorrow and thoughts as well. But coming up later today, we're going to have a match between really in an hour. Just should be right about an hour. You have Jannik taking on Andrey Rublev for a quarterfinal spot. Now, Moneyline will tell you that this is a pretty predicted outcome at center at minus 2,500, Rublev 1150 plus 1150. But that's why this app, that's why Bet Rivers exists. That's why we're here. We're going to find some angles to look at this one, right? Because, Dustin, there is an angle to be played on both if you like it to be closer than the line is expected, or maybe not closer. So initial read on this match before we get into the bets. Do you think Sinner is able to handle him, or do you like Rublev to keep it competitive?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, I like the way Rublev has been playing lately. I mean, he seems like he's sort of not losing his mind every time he loses a point. He's not breaking rackets. He's not, cursing in Russian. Like he seems to be a calmer player, which is important for him. He needs to play like this to have a chance, and certainly against somebody like Sinner, you got to bring your A game. Mm-hmm. And he knows that, obviously. And honestly, maybe it's one of those matches where you're sort of playing with house money because you're playing the top player in the world, on a surface that he thrives on. I do think, and I had the odds earlier, I forget them now. You probably have it right in front of you, but I think Rublev to win 1 set is possible.
Okay.
Is possible.
Rublev to win 1 set.
It's probably like plus 300.
We will pull that up right now. So we're looking at, Rublev to win a set is plus 145.
That's all? Okay. I thought I saw it higher than that.
But if you want to call your shot, you do the Sinner 3-1. You do plus 275 to Sinner to win in 4. Exacta.
I would take the Rublev to win a set.
Just in case he maybe wins 2, and then you're not. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you never know.
Match. Yeah.
Because, I mean, I look back to, was it Rome when Tommy Paul basically got a breadstick in the first set off of a Sinner, and it just looked like, he couldn't do anything. And then you saw in the final against us, Alcaraz, Sinner just gets breadsticked again in that second set. So it's like there have been some inconsistent moments for him on clay where Rublev any of these top players can win a set. It's the consistency and the endurance and the physical nature of the game that I think in these Grand Slams, especially on this surface where it's a game of attrition, between all the good players. I would think that Rublev maybe can win a set. So that'd probably be my plus money bet for this one.
Bublik has won the first point, lost the second. Oh, Draper's pumping the crowd up. I might be a little behind here, but Draper's got to 15-30. Getting good here. Roland Garros set 4. Draper's not dead yet. I'm looking
Bublik
at some.
Cannot get broken here, dude. He will lose this match.
Yeah. I actually think I'm going to pass on the tiebreak prop. I know I'm kind of a tiebreak merchant in a lot of ways, but I don't know that Rublev and Sinner, I don't know that I like it given how it's gone in the past with these two. Yeah, I mean,
my best friend who I play tennis with every day is in Paris right now, and he's going to this match. My buddy Chris. Wow, so I'm excited to see some pictures from Court Philippe Chatrier.
Rublev over 10.5 games won is minus 143. Decent juice there, but if you want to find the most conservative way to back Rublev, I think that's it. Something about the game spread in this one is a little funky to me. Not obviously we know Bet Rivers has the best lines, but I think it's at 8.5 right now. I could see some weirdness happening in this match where 8.5 minus 127, where it kind of messes it up.
I can't stop watching us.
I know. Wait, the winner of this match would get the center quarter. We have 15-40. That ball was out.
It was close, but it was out. And Bublik, do not do an underarm serve here. Do not.
No.
Do not. Yeah, that ball was out. Are you watching on YouTube? How do you watch it? How do you watch it?
On actual cable right now.
On cable. So you're ahead of me then probably. I'm on YouTube.
Okay. I just saw that last point. Yeah, we'll see. All right. Yeah, not that, man. This is nuts. Like, we already got the break point. If you took the break point prop on Bet Rivers, you've already hit it that there will be one. But now will Draper break?
All right,
Bublik rocking the Armani. Always like his kit. It's I like the EA7. It's a solid one.
Yeah, he's got some cool swag. I like his swag.
Can't wear the headband unless you got the hair coming over it. So he's got that.
You got to have some good hair. And for a guy in his 30s, he's got some great hair.
So yeah, we'll see. Exactly. We'll see.
Don't react because you're ahead of me.
Okay.
I'm watching this point. Oh man, that was not pretty.
Wow.
Sorry for I'm so locked in.
We're locked in too. This is Draper's last stand in Paris. Wow, that was something just now.
That
was something just now. Yeah. Shank at the worst time.
We're deuce.
So we're looking at certain opportunities in this matchup, obviously, center. So yeah, that's what I would say. Like, if you think this is going to be competitive, depending on how much you want to gamble, maybe Rublev to take a set, maybe the player prop over 10.5 games minus 143. I think you can convince me into like a 4-4-3 score line if it's straight sets. There's definitely some deficiencies in this matchup for Rublev. Sorry, you're gonna love this one. There's definitely some deficiencies in this matchup for Rublev, namely being, and this was a Jim Courier special, second serve Rublev, not elite.
Oh, net cord drop shot winner.
Sinner just tees. So Sinner just.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. Sinner just tees off on Rublev's second serve, so that's a problem. Yeah. That's a very big problem. So that's where I would go as we weight this one up. So yeah, that'd be the match I'd look. If you want to go a little over, I just think this is going to be more competitive as we have a match point in play now. We can kind of also look at tomorrow while we're here because there's some stuff to get to on the front tomorrow. Boy, oh boy, is there. I love it. Draper's not dying. That Monfils match taught him how to play the crowd at just the right time. Just the right time.
And back to deuce.
Men's match is coming up tomorrow as we watch this one. We know that there's going to be Musetti, Tiafoe get the Americans, Musetti, Tiafoe, Paul Alcaraz. Paul plus 700.
No chance, dude. He has no chance.
I know he played better. I don't like him not coming in fully fit. That's just scares me. I know he's doing well, but he's definitely a proud guy that's not talking about it, but he is hampered. To what degree, you'll never know. Modern medicine is a great thing to get these athletes ready to go, but that's a tough one. Spread 7.5. We've seen them play before. So, Draper fighting back.
Got a break point.
Musetti and Tiafoe, though, that line is plus 360 big foe. He's beaten him before. They played a tight match in Rome. I do like the game spread in this one, actually. I think Tiafoe plus 6.5 is one that I would really look to. I know you can set bet, and there's different ways to go, Dustin, but I don't expect these sets to be as lopsided. But Musetti won against Holger, and every game was like a 30 or deuce game. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Holger could have won that match. I mean, the first set, I thought he could have won. Comes back, wins the second, falls apart in the third. Like, I don't know. It just felt like,
yeah.
I mean, Musetti is playing well on these big stages right now. Just more consistent with everything. I mean, just so many unforced errors with Holger, just like his final at Indian Wells against Draper. It's like, dude, you just got to be consistent.
Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing from. I mean, we've seen more consistency from Musetti right now, and I think this match is going to be very interesting. I don't know. I think the Altmaier thing was interesting. I thought he was going to get that third set.
This match is crazy, by the way. I'm sorry.
I kind of peeked away for a minute as all right, hold on.
Tiafoe walked through the door. He walked through a door that was open. Oh my God.
Double full.
What is happening? This guy's incredible. He's so good for tennis, Bublik. I can't stop spoiling it. Usually you're ahead of me, so I'm kind of getting greedy here, but
hit him with the Monfils Sky Jordan.
That was so unnecessary. It's great. Though.
I do that all the time.
That's great. But what do you do at break point down in the biggest match of your life? That's just funny.
The answer is no.
No,
I do not.
There's no one like this guy who also said, "How about this? There's no reason a tennis player should be up before like 7 a.m." That was the best part. He hates the early matches. He's not a morning person.
I just like that as he's getting older, he seems to like kind of embrace the fact that, like, remember in the match against Mensik when he's like, he says to the umpire, "Is like, this guy is too good, too good." He's like,
I do remember that.
Remember like 5 years ago, 7 years ago when matches were easy, tennis was easy.
When
it's not easy anymore.
So I would say, getting back to the Tiafoe one, it's a tough situation because he's got confidence. He talked about it in his press. I need confidence. I need consistency. Well, he's playing one of the most consistent guys on tour. Musetti has been a top 5 or better clay player this year. So I'm excited for that one. I wish there was a better chance for Tommy against Alcaraz, but Alcaraz is clearly the guy. So I'm going to
be rooting for Tommy.
Hell yeah.
Even though I love Alcaraz, I'm going to be rooting for Tommy as an American.
The women's matches tomorrow, 4 of them, all look pretty tasty. I mean, I guess Andreva, Boisson. If Boisson beats Andreva, then it's like, what are we watching here? A historic Cinderella run for the ages. I wouldn't necessarily expect that. You could talk me into a play on Maddie Keys, though, against Coco. I don't know what the play is. Yeah. I'd ask you, but like plus 185 Maddie on Bet Rivers. A set probably isn't going to be the best value, but she was match point down against Kenin. She's battling.
What's she laying? 4.5 games or 3.5?
3.5 minus 112 for Keys.
Tricky. You could probably buy that to 4.5 for like 150 or minus 150. I bet.
That'd be a nice play.
Because I could see it. If she loses to Coco, it's going to be 6-4, 6-4. We got a match point. Another one. Number
2 here. Over under 21.5 games. I would say that over actually looks tasty because regardless of what happens in this match, I would expect closer sets. So you could even see that hit in the first set.
I had the over in today's match, and then she bagels the first.
But the second one was more what you thought it would be.
7-5.
Yeah, that's more what you thought it would be. I think Qinwen has a confidence level that we haven't seen. Sabalenka, though, has owned her.
And there we go, baby.
I couldn't spoil that one. Had to let you know, man. Bublik beats Jack Draper. Upset of the men's side has to be. I mean, he had Fritz losing in round 1, but yeah. Watch out for those money line parlays because you're going to get burned.
Sportsmanship, but you can tell Draper's like he's upset, but he's like, yeah, good for you, man.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, Draper.
The tennis world should be happy for Bublik, man.
What a personality to have, all dirty in clay too. Man, he took a roll in that clay. He took a roll in that clay. Yeah, I would say that Qinwen Sabalenka is the one I'm not sure about because Qinwen looks good on clay. She's confident. We know confidence breeds here. Has one roll and one. Way I said before, the gold medal the last time she played a tournament here. But Sabalenka has kind of owned her. Now I just wonder about the surface, right? If this was hard court, I'd be all on Sabalenka in some way. Clay, I don't know. Maybe there's an opening here for Qinwen to make it interesting.
I think there's an opening. It's very small, very very similar to the opening that Anisimova had against her, because they both have big ground strokes and big, powerful forehands. I just don't. I mean, I think she can maybe take a set, but I don't think consistent enough. And that if she did take a set, it would be Sabalenka probably just, not having it, or just taking the foot off the gas pedal for a little bit for her to break through. I see it as a straight sets win for Sabalenka. She's playing great. And by the way, Nike came through with her kit. But they did. They make Alcaraz look like the Hamburglar from McDonald's.
Center looks like Luigi.
Yeah,
just looking like that. Yeah, it's a tough one. But all right, well, as we wind down this show, Dustin Fox, Mitch Michals, Betting Weekly Tennis Live, getting you ready for the final match of the day. Who plays? It sounds crazy to see who plays Alexander Bublik in the quarterfinals at Roland Garros. It's going to be Sinner and Rublev.
Sinner and Bublik on Chatrier is going to be awesome.
So we have the advice that you're saying would be look at Rublev to win a set plus money. Some potential there. Like that one. I'm thinking maybe the over 10.5 games, which I've seen if you want to go a little conservative there. And then it sounds like tomorrow the best advice on the women's side would be find a way to back Maddie Keys in a certain way. Maybe not money line, but throw a little on Maddie.
I think so. I like that. Yeah. Plus 185, you said?
Yeah, plus 185, but you can go the game spread or the over. I actually think the over would be the one I would target in that one. Yeah, exciting stuff. Any other final thoughts before we go? We did have a question about, I don't know if you've already looked ahead. We're still in RG mode, but any thoughts if there's an early outright on Wimbledon? Do we even look that far yet?
I can't think about grass court, even though I love the grass court season. I can't think about that right now. There's too much going on. The Center match. My best friend's wife just texted me a picture from Roland Garros. They're on the they're from behind the TNT set.
That's amazing.
God, I'm so jealous.
Turner's doing a great job
over there, man.
I know. We got to get there. We'll do the show there live next year. Just right there.
We'll put it. Bet Rivers, just put it in the budget. Mitch and the whole crew.
Got to get on that Nigel Seeley travel budget. Champions League, live tennis. It's
everywhere,
great. Man. He is. Yeah. Check out his Game Set Match podcast and Michelle Calvert dishing out winners too. Well, Dustin, this was fun. Until next week. Next time we talk, we're going to be chatting about the champions. We're going to be in grass court season, so you have a week to get ready for it. But as always, we appreciate everyone for watching the show, Betting Weekly Tennis Live. 2 more shows this week, 1:00 Eastern time, all on the Bet Rivers Network. And again, follow the socials at Because We Win. For Dustin Fox, I'm Mitch Michals. Thank you so much for joining the show. This was Betting Weekly Tennis Live. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one. Enjoy the tennis.